Boxers are guys whose paycheck can outsmoke literally everyone else's. And I know these guys are doing alright, but even low tier boxers' salary per fight incomparable to guys who beat all shit out of each other just to pay their career rent. Yeah, UFC fighters, it's okay when you top 5 or champion level guy. Payments on this level are still pretty decent, but for guys who has recently become UFC rookie, a lot thing they want to get is 12 grand for entrance and 12 grand for win. And it doesn't decline the fact that you may lose because guy who's standing in front of you wants to smack all shit out of you as hard as you want to do the same.
Like the way we pay our fighters? Too fucking bad. Go start another MMA organization and you go fucking figure out how to do it. And you can pay them 10 million a fight, 30 million a fight, whatever you want to do. We run a business. We've been very good at it. Not only do we run the business, we continue to grow the sport and take everybody along with us, you know? You're either fucking good enough to be here or you're not. This is the big leagues. It's like the NFL. It's like the NFL. It's like the NFL.
Bro, are you serious right now? You really compare UFC to NFL? Okay, if it's so, why NFL players get 48%, unlike UFC's fighters only 16%, bro? But we also should consider a fact that NFL annual revenue is $23 billion, like UFC's annual revenue is only $1.5 billion. Which type of size are we talking about? And I know what you're gonna say. That is the point, he does not pay bigger because he cannot afford to. I don't know, man. Increase payments percentage, make fight bonuses bigger as you did. But man, are you serious? 12K? Make it at least 25. I think Mr. Dana adheres to harsh hierarchy, where you need to overcome 9 circles of hell in order to pass further. I can understand this point, but do not people who risk with their lives deserve appropriate payment? And I maybe know the answer. He said they make business, and business does not include loyalty. It includes benefit.
You can either last here or you can't last here. But people get paid. People get paid.
You really know who get paid? It is your friend who got $20 million just to be KO'd. I mean, like, it is really big amount of money. It is boxing and nothing can be done about it. Big sport with big checks. But you know, from another hand, I would like to understand Uncle Dana. I don't fully hate him at all. UFC helps their fighters, provides medical help like treating injuries, operation after a fight if needed, and pre-fight medical examination also included. And it feels really hard to grow young sport. 35 years have passed since MMA was created. In boxing, there is different business model. Boxing has many promoters competing for fighters, while MMA is dominated by one organization. Boxers act as independent brands and can negotiate revenue shares from fights. Boxing has over 100 years of history and a long-established global audience. Bro, even Babushka from Eastern Europe knows who is Vladimir Klitschko, the best tough MF on the planet. Props to my Ukrainian guy. Also, boxers often receive a large share of pay-per-view revenue, and boxers receive a much larger share of total revenue compared to MMA fighters. In addition, boxing maintains an advantage largely because of its century-long history and deeply established media culture. For decades, major broadcasters, promoters, and journalists built massive narratives around fights and fighters. Icons such as Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Floyd Mayweather became global superstars long before the social media era. This historical foundation created massive audience and prestige that still gives boxing an edge over UFC even as MMA continues to grow. Like, you know, guys, let's state the fact that MMA took a place of monopoly system, and with that position of circumstances, it will take long for MMA to overtake boxing. And you know, for many viewers, MMA is more spectacular than boxing. Bro, boxing also went to shit due to Jake Paul's super mega big commercial fights when you just beating an old man up and they watch it because of a legend's name, or going to fight with high level boxer where nothing is unexpected but people still watch and buy it due to its craziness. Jake Paul is good marketer, but no boxer. In terms of fight, MMA is much enjoyable to watch because it really is. There are too many ways how you can finish your opponent. Like in boxing, fighters can only use punches with their fists above the waist, but in MMA, fighters can strike with punches, kicks, knees, and elbows. Boxing has good striking, but nobody check the grappling, brother. Fighters must stand and bang on their feet. In MMA, fighters can wrestle, take opponents to the ground, either fight in the clinch or on the ground, or just lay until the end and making your op sniff your sweat body. In boxing, fights usually ends by judge's decision and less by knockout or technical knockout. MMA fighters can win by KO whack kick in any part of body, either head or body kick, TKO, submission or decision, whatever you want. Boxing matches often have up to 12 rounds of 3 minutes each. MMA fights usually have 3 rounds of 5 minutes, while title fights have 5 rounds of 5 minutes. Boxing takes place in a square ring with larger globes. MMA fights happen in an octagon cage with smaller globes, allowing grappling and submission. On this basis, there is creates big space to strive your fight scenario and opportunities to get in or get out from diverse positions. So it's still unstable in terms of rules. Literally, they need to fix I spoke rules, bro. No contest for what? For just being roughly tricked, and after all many months you still need to do recovery stuff, or you got wiped out, or you were just controlled on the ground without getting a hit. These type of problems UFC needs to fix, definitely. So guys, props to you if you watch until this moment. God bless you all, stay safe, subscribe to my channel, and bye.